Now, down on the plantation, sometimes, during those years, you would have droughts. And when you had droughts, food sometimes would be scarce. Well, this happened to be one of those times when food was scarce on the plantation because of a drought. Now the master, he wasn't starving, but, he wasn't living as high off the hog as they generally do. And the slaves were doing even worse. So the master, he got into in his mind, he said, I better go down here to slave quarters and kind of check on them and see how they're doing down there. Well, John, he lived with another slave called Mudfoot. And the reason his name was Mudfoot, because Mudfoot, he had some stinky feet. You could smell Mudfoot coming for a half a mile away. And nobody ever knew why his feet smelled so bad, But they called him Mudfoot. So John and Mudfoot lived together. Well, the master, he's going down through the slave quarters, and every time he looks in the door, some slaves in there, boiling the leather off of their shoes. Some of them in there, they making wood pies, Some of them in there, they, got the barks off of trees, and they boiling that, so they can get some substance. I guess you knew that you could boil bark off a tree, and that would provide you with protein, right? Well, he gets to John's house. Opens the door. Hey, John, how y'all doing in here? And John, boy, he's laying back, he picking his teeth with a straw. He talking about, oh, master, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Well, it can be inspected. And the master looks over in the corner, and he sees these huge bags of flour and sugar, and they've got his mark on them. Then hanging up on the wall, there's some big old cured hams. And we're not talking about the little bitty hams, we're talking about 50 pounds plus, big old hams hanging on the wall. So the master looked at John, he said, John, you've been stealing my ham and my provisions, haven't you? John looked at him and just as calm as you want, no, master. John, what's my stuff doing sitting over there in that corner with my mark on it? Well, master, I want to tell you, I went to the praying tree and I prayed to the Lord. And the Lord sent me this stuff with your mark on it. I didn't steal anything. The Lord sent it to me. And the master, he what? He said, come on, we going to the praying tree right now. You're going to pray and you're going to show me that the Lord sent this stuff to you. And so John, he's still calm. He said, well, master, I'm sorry, but the only time I can pray to the Lord is at night after 8 o'clock when it gets dark. So the master said, okay, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to come back here tonight at 8 o'clock, and we're going to go to that praying tree, and you better pray. And the Lord better send you a sign to let me know that you didn't steal my stuff. And so John said, no problem, master. No problem. So the master leaves. Now then John tells Mudfoot, he said, hey Mudfoot, he said, now this is what I want you to do. I want you to go over there and get a bag of that 50-pound bag of that flour. I want you to get a 50-pound bag of that sugar. And I want you to get one of them 50-pound hams up there. Now, when you do that, I want you to take one of them white sheets. And I want you to take all of this down to the praying tree. I want you to climb up in the praying tree. Take the sheet, take the flour, take the sugar, and oh yeah, Mudfoot did this. 8 o'clock that night, sure enough, there's the master. He's back. Come on, John, let's go. We're going down to the praying tree. John says, okay, master. I have no problem. So they get down to the praying tree. Master said, okay, I'm waiting, John. Lord, the master sure don't believe that you gave me 50-pound bags of flour and sugar and ham. He said he gonna kill me because he think I stole his stuff. Lord, I'm praying to you now. Could you please send me down a 50-pound bag of flour to prove to the master and make sure he's got his mark on it down. Prove to the master that I didn't steal anything from him, that you gave it to me. About that time, Mudfoot throws down a 50-pound bag of flour and hits the master dead in the head. Pow! Knocks him to his knees. The master down there, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's flour everywhere. So he's trying to get up. John is still praying. Master, he said, no, Lord, I thank you for sending down that 50-pound bag of flour, but I still don't believe the master believes because the flour bounced open and he can't see his mark. Master, would you throw me down a 50-pound bag of that sugar? Mudfoot. Pow! Dead on the master's head, knocked him to his knees again. Now the master trying to shake it off. Whoa. He can't talk. He's trying to tell John, please don't pray anymore. But he can't get it out. And so John's still praying. Said, Lord. So finally, master finds the prayer. He said, Lord, please. John, don't pray anymore. Please, I beg you, don't pray anymore. No, you don't believe me. Lord, please throw down one of them 50-pound bags, one of them 50-pound hams. Mudfoot throws the ham down. Hi-yow! The master laying out on the ground, you know, like when you get knocked out, you start trembling. He laying down on the ground, he trembling and shaking. Did he come to? He said, John, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, John. Please stop praying. He said, no, Master, I got one more prayer to say. One more prayer. Now, remember, Mudfoot took that white sheet up in the tree with him and the bull with him. So, John said, Lord, because the Master doubted you and he doubted me, could you please come down here with a bullwhip and whoop his behind until he believed better? And Mudfoot jumped down out the tree with the white sheet on, and the bullwhip was like, cow. It run the master clean out the county. Running clean out the county. They had to send the high sheriff to get the master to bring him back. And when the master came back, he said, I ain't gonna mess with John no more, because I sure don't want him to go to that praying tree and pray anymore. No, sir. Please don't.